guys, welcome back to another episode of Books and Banter. I'm Jamie.
And I'm Coral.
So we're really excited. There are some upcoming memoirs that I really can't wait to read, and I think Coral has found a few she can't wait to read, so we are going to share those with you today. And Coral, what is first on your TBR?
Yeah, so Sir Anthony Hopkins, one of the most, incredible actors for decades. Yeah. He is finally doing his memoir, and it's called We Did Okay, Kid. So it really follows him through his kind of rough upbringing in Wales, where there weren't a lot of opportunities, and he really him and honestly the adults in his life really didn't think he was going anywhere. Oh. But then he saw the 1948 version of Hamlet. He was able to watch that, and that really just changed the trajectory of his life. He was able to start really going all in on acting. Yeah, incredibly inspired. He was able to be admitted into the Royal Academy of Arts, which gave him the mentor that was Laurence Olivier, another incredible actor. But, he talks about his personal life a little bit too. He talks about his choice to be sober now and how prior to that it really affected his life and how it kind of ruined his relationship with his first wife and, his only child, and how, he has been able to grow from that. It's very candid. It's very, real.
Unfiltered.
Really. But it's a special book. Everyone's saying the early reviews are really beautiful, and he has, a collection of his personal photos in it as well. So this one sounds really great. Something to look forward to from just such an iconic actor.
Nice. And when does it come out?
Oh, yes, it comes out in November.
Nice. Okay, well, the first one I'm excited about is called The Uncool by Crowe. And so Crowe is known as, being a prolific director, but he really got his start with music. Mm-hmm. His parents actually did not, they banned rock and roll from his house, but he was drawn in. And so he actually graduated high school at 15, and by the time he graduated, he was already contributing to Rolling Stone. And so his parents ended up kind of starting to support him, and they let him go on tour with people like Led Zeppelin, Lynyrd Skynyrd, Bob Dylan, Fleetwood Mac, all these rock bands. And his film, Almost Famous, is sort of semi-autobiographical. But he talked his journalism teacher into giving him class credit for a road trip that he took with Lynyrd Skynyrd covering their 1975 tour. I'm like, how that so that's fascinating to me that to learn how he was able to do that. But yeah, he is really known, directing. He directed Jerry Maguire, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Almost Famous, Say Anything, and did you know that he went undercover as a high school student and he wrote the book Fast Times at Ridgemont High. That's what he based it on. Is he went undercover and posed as a high school student, and then. When I was younger, I wanted to read the book, so I asked this is way back in the day, I asked my library assistant, I did an interlibrary loan for the book, but they sent me the movie, and so then I had to do another request to get the book. I finally got my hands on it, and I think it may be out of print now, I'm not sure. But anyway, so that was side note. But I enjoy his movies, so I'm really curious to hear about his life. I think his life sounds kind of fascinating, this early journey he had. Early reviews are really good. Stevie Nicks says that Cameron has written a book that feels like music, like a song you can't stop listening to. And Publishers Weekly say that it's a delight. And people who only know him from his screen credits will savor the behind-the-scenes insights. And the book's real power lies in its portrait of a teenager chasing his heroes. So I'm really excited for this, and it is expected in October.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah. Well, speaking of music, we would be remiss not to mention our next book. We're a big fan of its subject, and that subject is Dolly Parton, a big supporter of libraries and literacy in general. But her book, star of the show, My Life on Stage, is coming out this November. It's expected in November. And this is the second in a set of 3 kind of photographic, like, biographies, essentially. So the first one is called Songteller, and it's about her lyrics and her songwriting. And don't worry, we have that one if you want that one. We already have that one. Don't have to wait for it. This one is about her performances. So it's filled with over 500 photographs, accompanied with stories and memories written by her and, of course, with people she's worked with about her time on stage, on screen, and on the road. So it talks about all kinds of things. Some of the big highlights are obviously her first time she performed at the Grand Ole Opry, doing 9 to 5, the movie. And as recently as the 2023 halftime performance at the Thanksgiving game, the Dallas Cowboys one. That was very iconic. So she really is just kind of talking about performances. The photos are beautiful. It's just a beautiful book. And the third one, which the date hasn't been announced yet, but that one's going to be about her clothing. It's called Behind the Seams. So this whole trilogy sounds like a lot of fun. So definitely hop in. The second book's about to come out, so you can read the first, get the second on hold, and then the third will be out before we know it, I'm sure. And again, this one's expected in November.
Nice. I cannot wait to read that. So. Also continuing on the music train, my next pick is called Simply More, a book for anyone who's ever been told they're too much by Cynthia Erivo. And so Cynthia is a Grammy, Emmy, and Tony Award winning actress and singer. She was also nominated for Academy Award. She, of course, I'm sure most everyone knows her as playing Elphaba in the movie adaptation of Wicked, which the next movie comes out in November.
Yep.
I think? Yeah. And so she kind of got her start on the West End in The Color Purple, and then she transferred to Broadway for The Color Purple. And she sort of, in this book, she's drawing from her experience of being told that she's too much. And so it has like a series of personal vignettes where she reflects on the way she's grown as an actor and kind of, I think it's like about just kind of learning how to be your best self and to not let people bring you down. And so I'm really excited to read this. I mean, I'm a fan of Wicked, and I think she'll have a really interesting perspective. And it is expected in November.
Yeah, these sound like a lot of fun. A lot of music focus, but we got Sir Anthony Hopkins in there for if you're not a music fan, which
who
isn't a music fan? We'll ponder that later. But of course, if these books aren't your style, if you're not into autobiographies and memoirs, we have so many other books, obviously. Please check out our other videos. Please check out the content warnings on these books. These authors are being very honest, and some of that content may not be appropriate for all readers. But if not, go talk to your local librarian, and they can help you find something that suits you. But until next time, thank you so much for watching. Bye!